From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store. As it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the L.A. Chargers.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Here's Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing Nix. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. Nix going to give to Harvey. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To throw is Nix. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive, and also give him a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Finds Johnston. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Chargers are going to get themselves a fresh set of downs here.
At the 37-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Ray. 380. Set.
Harris. Touchdown, Chargers. So important in this league to capitalize on the other team's mistakes. And here they force the turnover on the opening drive, then come right down and score.
And I would add that it's important to capitalize on other teams' mistakes early. That way, you build confidence for yourself and your team. You start playing a little more freely. And you let the other guys know we're prepared to play.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan. And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. Powering his way forward. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Trying to run for it. Here's Harvey.
Dang it.
And he's going to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Off the play fake. Nix. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
A gain of 17 yards. But it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Harvey. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
First down, Denver.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they go with Harvey. And good vision there is across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 2nd down. They run straight ahead with Harvey.
Come on, y'all can put you in the end zone.
For a Denver score. R.J. Harvey with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up. Lutz with the extra point. And we are tied at 7.
The game at 7. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some shit going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Lion.
1st down, and they go back to Harris. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The Chargers at 3 and 5, 2 games under 500. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
380. Cut. Home to subscribe. Go.
Harris running straight ahead. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
At the 28-yard line.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Black 80. Black. Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Set.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 85 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On first down, it's Hampton. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, counselor.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
At their own 27-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Chargers first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 95 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it, when you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Hey, Ray.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Open man right side. That's McConkey. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Herbert. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Now it's 2nd and 10. Nix to the air. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Chargers 20, Broncos 7. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Their own 22-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Operating from the gun, Nix. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On play action, here's Nix. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43.
Hey, Kappa. Crowd right.
Now it's Herbert. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brings up second and
Normally you
10.
think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Delta.
Herbert. He'll find Najee Harris. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. First and 10.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a first and 10.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Najee Harris, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those two TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he returns this to the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. That's to the running back, R.J. Harvey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Nix. Out left side here to Bryant. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit. So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, what was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that? Well, you don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and it passed him up deep.
Well, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. And that's going to be caught by Sutton. And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one.
Gain of 22 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They'll look to throw here on first down. A short throw to Ingram. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
At the Chargers' 18-yard line.
On the give, it's Harvey. Pushing his way through. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. R.J. Harvey His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Broncos are back within a score. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6.
27, Broncos 21.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. So no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Crowd right. Go.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
Set. 180. Cut. Crowd right. 5-9. Set.
Herbert now. Into space at the 45. As they finally wrangle him in at the 48.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 2.
Set. 380. 5-9. 380. Crash. Hey, Ram.
They hand this off to Harris. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down.
Good catch, boy. Damn good catch.
Here we go. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. On the give, this is Harris. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Delta, stop. Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Ready?
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They're going to go out of bounds inside
Get back in the
the
game.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Set.
Out of the gun, Herbert. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead now stands at 13.
Chargers 34, Broncos 21. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Nix. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Nix going to give to Harvey. That'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
A gain of 2 yards on the play.
They're going. It's Nix. He'll try to do it himself. And avoids the contact by sliding. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Throwing Nix. His throw incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Second and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harvey. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To throw is Nix. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 23. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
31-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nick's going to keep this himself. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's 2nd down. Now it's Nix. And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
A 28-yard gain.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 15-yard line.
And the Broncos 1st down.
Here's Nix once more. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Again from the 15, 2nd and 10. To throw, here's Nix. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Charger drive about to get going. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Set. Grenading. Grenade.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Los Angeles, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.